Hello and welcome to Soul Tarot by Nehal. This is going to be a reading for the period of September 2026 for the zodiac sign Scorpio. Please remember this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. So only take what resonates, leave the rest. All the important links are down in the description below, so kindly do check them out there. And if you feel any of your loved ones could benefit from this reading, kindly share the channel with them as well. So let's begin. Let's check what are the messages for you. Also, yes, if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel, and I hope you do resonate with the reading. If you do connect by any chance, you feel connected to the readings, to the messages that I give, kindly do like, share and subscribe to the channel. So yes, thank you so much, and let's begin. Let's check what is the energy for you for the month of September 2026. Oops. Okay. Oops. Seems like September is full of lot of things constantly going to be happening. So, yes, the first thing over here I would say is be an absolute empty vessel of receiving what you want in your life. Also, you may have to understand that on certain occasions or on certain situations, you may have to be a little vulnerable. You have to accept that vulnerability that you have within you, is what I would say. And it's time for you to rise above feeling maybe embarrassed over that vulnerability, because some of you do feel a little embarrassed about it. So it is time for you to rise above it. But yes, be open to receiving is what I would say. uh, Again, I think most of the people these days are going through some or the other challenges, but here, if there were some extreme challenges that you were going through and so on, I would definitely say here that there are ray of hope. There is something that's coming your way. Now it could be in the form of help, it could be in form of like this, a guidance, not just from me, it could be from someone else also, but there is something that's definitely going to shed light on it and going to help you to kind of have a solution to your problems or whatever the things that you're dealing with. So be open to receiving any kind of advice, or it could even be that sometimes you will just you're just having some general conversation with someone, and in all that conversation something deep conversation happens, and that person ends up saying something, and that just hits you that this is probably a solution, or probably something that I can think on these lines and find a solution to my issues. So that is what I see. But again, it can only happen if you're going to be open to receiving. So be like an empty vessel to receive what needs to come to you. Let's see what are the other messages coming to you in different aspects of your life. So yes, you may have to be a little fearless, little courageous on certain occasions or on certain things or with certain people. Again, you may have to display a little bit of your strength also. Sometimes it is wise to actually display your strength, is because you can do it in a nice composed way, in a calmer way, but still let the person know that you are fearless. Sometimes calmness is what proves that you are fearless. So it could be however, depending on each to each, because different people understand things differently. So Yes, you may have to display your strength and courage on certain occasions. Also, stay firm on certain decisions of yours, so you should know where you want to be flexible and where not. Stay grounded is definitely, if you want, you can also practice grounding in this duration, which will be really really helpful in a lot of decision making of yours. Because yes, there will be choices to be made, there will be decisions to be made, which will lead to a forward movement. Now, having said that, sometimes you have a question that where will I find my answers? The answers are going to be either right in front of you, or the key to the answers will be right in front of you. But whatever it is, it's exactly in front of you. So do not look around or stay confused. Just remember, it's within your reach. Work wise, some helpful connections possible, yes. Some real good, like genuine good people coming towards you. Work wise, also one more thing happening is opportunity coming your way, which you definitely are unexpecting. You are like, you have no idea that this could be also happening. So there is some sort of an offer or some sort of an opportunity that is coming your way, which is getting, it's like, it's getting cooked in the background, but you're not aware of. So that is happening now. This could be that that the person coming, or the connections that you're forming in the month of September, that person only could be bringing this opportunity to you. Also, what I see is that do not shy away from, there are at times work gets so much to us that we get emotionally, affected. So don't shy away from accepting it. Rather focus on regulating your emotions and be open to again deal with any kind of challenges, because work at most of the times, in fact, come with some or the other challenges. So just be open to it and face it. That's, I think that's also where you will be reaching in the month of September. So if you were struggling with it, yes, it's going to be time where things are going to get more regulated, and you're going to become again the same person who was always open to deal with anything and were open to, deal with any kind of challenge. Okay, when it comes to your finance, very interesting. I think you may be either deciding to invest somewhere. It could also be that some of you could be planning to invest into, buying a property or a house somewhere in some other city, is most likely what I feel. Or you will be having a trip. So, yes, your finances are strong. Your finances are way good in the month of September. You could be traveling or planning a travel, or to celebrate something also, is what I feel. So it could be something like that. Finances seem to be really good, actually, is what I would say. Again, there could be some of you could experience growth in terms of your finances. But I think as traveling is something that's coming very strongly to celebrate something. Now, it could be to attend some wedding, so there could be expense, of course, happening. That is definitely happening over here. Or it could be that you're buying something or moving into a new house, also, is what I see. Or you will buy a new house in the same city or some other city. So something, but at the end, even if it's an expense, it's a good one. It's something that you had looked forward to, or maybe you had planned for years to, get onto. So in that case, again, that way, if I have to think, if I see the finances are really good, that you could probably achieve one of your materialistic dream. In terms of your love, romance, and relationships, let's talk about singles first. So some of you are absolutely tired with the kind of people you're meeting, kind of things things are happening with you when it comes to your love, romance, and relationships. Probably there was some betrayal, some sort of backstabbing that may have happened. Someone may have cheated on you. So those kind of things have been there for you, or maybe they were repeated, but just that, same experience, different person kind of situation that you may have experienced, and you were absolutely tired of all of that. So probably due to that, you may not really be open to, wanting to right now meet someone. But having said that, if that is even a slight bit thought of, being open to it, this is a beautiful time to be open to it. New beginnings are happening. It's like sun is finally rising, so might as well be open to it. Of course, I would definitely say here is that have work on your communication skills, and or try to communicate clearly with the other person, and also letting the person clearly know that you also expect the same from the other person, to communicate everything very clearly from the beginning itself. Also for singles, I would say that if really you're wanting to move forward, make sure you're looking forward. You're not looking back to all the past people that may have not been into the best behavior. Those were your lessons. So take your lessons and move forward. Do not take the people and the memories and all of that. Just take your lessons, let everything go in the past, but just move forward with the lesson. The reason is, if you're going to be looking behind only, but at the same time moving forward, like this person here who's looking behind but is walking forward into a into the direction that it wants to, the chances are you're going to bump into something that again you were not wanting to. So best is look forward straight, and move forward in the direction that you want to. Only take your lessons, leave everything behind. So that is for the singles. Coming to the people who are already committed, which is either you are dating, engaged, or married. So in terms of your, I would say that again, if there is something, if there has been disagreement, there has been any kind of communication issue, any kind of fights that were there with you guys, it's time for you to release that, move up, forward, and rise above those conversations. Have clear communication, clear out everything, and start afresh, if that is really what you look into. If you don't want to move out of it, again, communicate clearly, make everything crystal clear, and then take the decision. But this is a beautiful time to bring that clarity to yourself and the person that you are with, because this is keeping you both hanging, which is not working for any of you guys. So the only way that you can also have a complete new beginning, if you're looking at whether together or apart, the only way is if you are being honest with yourself and are going to do the same with your partner. Otherwise it cannot happen. But surely a new beginning, so whether you choose to be with your partner or move out, there is a strong new beginning for you guys as well. So if you want to take the leap of faith and move to the next phase of your relationship, it's a beautiful time to do that as well. But having said that, I will definitely say only and only if you're ready to rise above the conversations and arguments that you had. You're letting things go, what was in the past, leave it in the past, and look forward to present and future. That's the only way. So yes, there are strong new beginnings for you, forward movement for you, new phase of your life beginning altogether. Communication is what you should be open to. Do not stop any communication. So even if it's coming from someone else, be open to receiving that communication. Also communicate wherever you need to. Don't stop yourself from voicing yourself. So that is very important. See things as they are. Do not close your eyes to things. Just see the way things are, communicate accordingly, and you will see that so many better things are happening in your life. Having said that, you're going to see some growth, you're going to see some money also that is going to come in, and some new opportunities. But be aware of your surroundings, because yes, the opportunities are lingering around, but what you're doing is focusing on what's gone, or what's no more going to even come back. So stop focusing on all those things, rather look around and be aware that there are opportunities that are clearly lingering around, and you should grab them. Communication is the key. I think I've mentioned several times in this reading that communication is very important for you, and I mean, I definitely know I've mentioned it several times, double triple confirmation here that communication is the key. Claim this reading by saying, yes, I am going to be open to communication, because I know that my communication is going to bring me a lot of good. Communication, even with the universe, if it's clear, it's going to help you. So yes, I can't emphasize enough on that. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Probably time for you to realize a lot of potential within you, is what I would say. I think a lot of you have a lot of doubts, insane amount of doubts on yourself, which is what you should be releasing. And also count your gifts. I won't say just the blessings. These are your gifts that you are, like, probably some of them will not even have it. So they, in fact, see, they appreciate that about you. They know that they are your amazing gifts, but you probably aren't. So it's time for you to even recognize that. Starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light. Again, we were talking about light that's coming. So maybe that is why you should be open and be a vessel to the light that's coming, so that then you can actually radiate it to everyone around you, and maybe a lot more than what you even think of. Breakthrough. For a star to be born, it must first collapse. This is not your destruction, this is your birth. So I think a very clear message. You're going to have some clear cut breakthroughs. So be open to receiving. Claim this reading by saying, like, typing down in the comment section that yes, I am going to be open for all the breakthroughs and all the positive stuff coming into my life. Let's see what are the affirmations. I am smart. Of course, yes, you are smart, but probably you keep doubting yourself, and probably that is something that you should keep reminding yourself. I can forgive myself and others. This is where I always strongly believe that you should forgive yourself first for whatever it may be, big or small. The reason is we at times are very hard on ourselves. We are very understanding towards others, is what I understand. And any which is, if you want to forgive others and get on that path, the first step is to forgive yourself for many things that probably you don't even realize. So I always say, when you're walking that journey, always walk it with the help of someone. The reason is, at that time, a lot of heavy emotion arise within you, and when you have someone to walk along with you, holding your hand through that path, it becomes easier for you, because they help you time and again ground, make you realize a lot of good stuff also within you, because sometimes these emotions of forgiving and everything, the kind of emotions arise, sometimes they may spiral you into, doubting yourself. So yeah, it's always wise is what I always say. Always for it. Self criticism is the enemy of self compassion. Today, I will observe my thoughts and actions without judgment. I will free myself of inner criticism and remember that no one is perfect, not even me, and that's okay. Again, over here, we are talking about self esteem. So, recognize your gifts, uh, I think acknowledge those gifts as well. Over here, again, when I said forgive yourself, because that is like leads to some sort of, yes, self criticism as well, a lot of times. So have that love, kindness towards yourself that you give others as well. Because if you keep giving others, but you don't have anything for yourself, there's going to be a point where you won't be even able to give anyone else. Forget yourself. So I think this is something that's very important to do while you're going through a lot of things, while you're going to be overcoming a lot of challenges. This is a part which you may need. Yes, there may be a lot of things happening for you in the month of September, is what I will clearly say. First things, again, over here, I will more talk first about is, yes, while new beginnings are there, but there are a few new habits that you should definitely build. It could be that a hobby that is absolutely that, brings you in the present, grounds you. So that is something that you should practice in the month of September. Reading, now that could be to help you, that could be to soothe you, anything, but reading is, it should be a habit that should get into. It could be journaling is what I highly would recommend, because that really helps you in many ways that one can't even think of. So at least out of the three that I've mentioned, you should do at least any two. Also, I would add is that if possible, go out for walks in nature. So it could be where there is a lot of greenery or a beach, something like that. Make it a practice, a daily practice, to go at least for 15-20 minutes. So out of these things, I would really recommend do a couple of these things, like out of the four. If all four, great, if you can manage to get through something. But if not, at least do one activity out of the four every day, and let it be all 4 days different, but do it for the month of September. It'll really be helpful to you. It's okay if you want to scream. So, yes, while you may be going through things, you may have those days where you want to scream out loud, and it's okay to feel that. I would here say is also that acknowledge every emotion of yours. Sometimes we don't do that. We just acknowledge certain emotions we don't want to acknowledge, or we don't do it at all for whatever reasons, each to each, but acknowledge them and accept them, is what I would say. Continue to water the seed of your dreams, for all the things grow on the tree of persistence. So stay persistent on anything and everything that you finally decide. Whether you decide to self work on your own self, your inner self, your shadow self, whatever. Basically, whatever you choose, make sure you're persistent on it. You're persistent on it so that you can see the kind of results. Again, very necessary. am worthy of love and happiness. Yes, you are worthy of love and happiness. A very good affirmation to constantly remind yourself while you're walking a journey, which seems to be uh, a lot. A lot of things are going to be happening in the month of September. Yes, it's really required to constantly keep reminding yourself that you are worthy of so much good, and obviously one being love and happiness, but otherwise also all the good is what you are worthy of as well. I would definitely say your ask, believe, and receive is what kept coming to me. And here comes ask for help from others. So yes, ask for help from others, ask help from universe if you want. You can let the universe know that I need help from, from anyone whom you feel right for it. And I said that there could be connections also happening like that sort. So basically simple and straightforward. Ask for help, whether it is a human being or universe or the energy that you believe in, and then stay in a space of receiving, empty vessel to receive. So make sure you're doing that. So it's yes, ask, believe, receive is what I would say over here. Let's see what is the one empowering message that we have for you for the month of September 2026. Regroup, wait to proceed. Stop and regroup before you make your next moves. Give yourself and others a chance to check in, review, then proceed with clarity and intention. Again, I have mentioned a lot of times in the reading about clarity and, like move ahead with clarity, take your decisions on clarity. I've mentioned certain things that you could do to bring that clarity again also, because when you come into the present and while you're doing some art activity or anything that brings you to the present, it even brings clarity to you. Journaling helps. So all such things help to bring that clarity. And yes, there's always best to take calculated risks and evaluate things before you decide and make some decisions, your firm decisions as well. So yes, while you may be doing everything else, always be patient, and yes, wherever necessary, rest, think through, regroup things, and move with clarity and intention. So I hope this resonates, I hope this helps. And if you've stayed up until now, thank you so much, and see you in the next reading. Bye bye.